I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile.
Hey you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel with All Smiles over here. I am Will Sanja, just like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep you long, but y'all know if it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. What's the golden nugget today? The golden nugget is plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go to a toaster, right? Let's go to a toaster. Yeah, everybody knows what a toaster is, right? Everybody know. I know y'all know what a toaster is, but anywho, a toaster sits on the counter, right? And you get your bread and you put your slices of bread in there, or if it's maybe a bagel or a toasted strudel, right? You put it in there and you press it down and you're waiting on that toast to come up, or that bagel or that toasted strudel to come up, toasted, and had nothing happen. You lift it up and it's still cold. It's still bread. It's not toasted bread. It's not toasted bagel. It's not happening. Then you realize, somebody didn't plug up the toaster. But y'all, that's how it is in life. God, or if you want to call it source, is the outlet. In order to produce, those requests that you're putting in order to produce those requests, you've got to plug it in, plug it in. If you're not plug it in, then you're not going to get your request. You're not going to come up with a request. It's just a request sitting there cold, hadn't gone, hadn't traveled, hadn't done anything, but you got to plug in. What do I mean by plug it in? Sometimes when we pray and we request of things, we sometimes reach outside. We reach outside like we're trying to reach someone that we don't even know. And that is not the case. We all have an outlet, not on the outside, not far away. The outlet is not in church. Some of y'all gonna be like, no, you ain't gonna say that, boo-boo. But listen, I'm telling you, it's not a church. When you leave the church, what is church? It's just a building. You bring the outlet with you, right? If I'm not mistaken, you bring the outlet with you. So I'm telling you, the outlet to God is actually within. You have source God within you, the outlet of God within you. You just got to plug it in. You know how when you get that aha moment, like, yes, I know that. What? I remember my husband was saying that when you have an aha moment, basically, it means that the seed that you have planted has finally burst open to receive all the nutrients and the water and the sunlight so that it can grow. It has gotten an aha moment. It has actually plugged in, so now it's growing. Now it's becoming what it's supposed to be. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Think of yourself as a toaster. Are you really plugged in? Are you really plugged in? Because if you're not plugged in, you're just a toaster on the counter. And what did I mean by that? You are just sleepwalking through life. And how do I know that you're sleepwalking through life? Because I was there once. I was sleepwalking, y'all. I'm not afraid to say it because I'm so happy that I am awakened now. And that's what I'm getting to. You have got to become awakened. And in becoming awakened, you will realize that you are less flesh and more spirit. Yes, we see all of this, but we get so bogged down and so in tune to this fleshly life than we do our spiritual life. And how can you connect to the outlet of God, which is spirit, if you so in tuned with flesh? How? If you so in tune with this worldly day walking life that you're in, going to work, getting in somebody's business, somebody being in your business, y'all going back and forth. You got to judge this person over here. You got to judge this person over there. You're doing anything. You're on social media 24/7, not getting inspirational speeches, not learning how to cook, but you in the drama of it all. You in this life of drama. So all this fleshly stuff that's piled on you, and when you put in a request, that means you're trying to plug in, but you so much flesh that there's no spirit involved, so you can't really plug in. You can't really plug in. So what do I mean? How do you become awakened or aware or to notice that you're less flesh and more spirit? You have got to start realizing that you are first more spirit than flesh. And when you do that, your life will start to change. When you start saying, yeah, I am more spirit than flesh, you'll know when things start to change, because you'll walk outside and that tree that's in your front yard, you'll actually stop and go, whoa, this tree is so beautiful. Man, this tree is beautiful. Look how much shade it provides. Oh my goodness. Then you begin to look at the grass and go, oh, what beautiful grass. You see the butterfly and it just take your breath away. That butterfly is so beautiful. You'll start recognizing all sorts of stuff, which means you have become awakened. Because 9 times out of 10, we get so, like I said, we get so bogged down in what's going on in this world, in this life of us living fleshly, to where we're not recognizing anything. Just think about it. Think a few years back and try to remember every single thing or certain things in your life that happened. Some of y'all don't remember why you were sleepwalking. I could say that because that happened to me, y'all. You could ask me about certain, I was like, I remember kind of, sort of, why? Because I was sleepwalking. I wasn't taking anything in. I was probably bogged down on all kinds of stuff. Just my attention was more in fleshly stuff than anything else. So with that being said, when you start to recognize to become aware, that means you're going to be more grateful. You're going to be more helpful. You're not going to be in everybody's business. You're not going to want to know about everybody's business. You're not going to feel like you need to judge anybody for what they're doing. You're just going to be in a place where you are more spirit, which means you constantly want to be connected and aware. And in that, you'll know that, hey, life is good. Even if there could be chaos going around and people acting crazy, you will be centered. That's how you know. If chaos is around you and things are going haywire and then you're haywire right along with it, you hadn't gotten there yet. You may be getting there, but you haven't gotten there yet. So y'all, don't be a toaster just on the counter. You got to plug in. If you want the request to go through, if you want your life to be more smoother, you're going to have to actually plug in. You have to plug it into the outlet. That's the only way you're going to produce it. That's the only way. That's why I say plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. And how to do that? Just start being more grateful. Start making an effort to recognize the simple things. Start making an effort not to be in everybody's business. Start making an effort to recognize that you are spirit, more spirit than flesh. Can y'all do that? Trust me, it'll be so much easier for you guys. You won't have to worry about a whole lot of stuff. Life, I'm telling you, y'all, before, stuff used to get to me like, whoo, as I say, white on rice used to get to me like crazy. And I would be like, it wouldn't be panic attacks, but I would just get so uneasy. And then until I realized, oh, I'm more spirit than flesh. And thanks to my friend Lois, she's like, she's older than I am, and I call her my sis because she really is my sis, y'all. But I met her one day and we got to talking, and my path, because I kept praying and saying, God, I want to be closer to you. I want to be who I'm supposed to be in life, spiritually, physically, mentally, all that other good stuff. That's when I pray, that's what I do. Bless me spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the above, all of that, you know? And so I ended up meeting Lois, and we would have our talks, and we got into where we knew where we were more spirit than flesh. That we are connected. We have to connect to source and know that he is anything in our lives. And when we lay down this flesh, when I say lay down this flesh, that means that you're not dependent on worldly stuff, if that makes any sense. You can still be of this world, which means you can still enjoy the good of it, but you're not dependent on it because you know your spirit. You know your spirit. But anyway, thanks and shout out to Lois for that. And I still have great talks with her. She's an awesome person. She has a book coming out. I'll let you guys know when it comes out. You guys can purchase it. But she is really have been a blessing to me in my life and in my family's life. But let me get back to it. But yes, you guys, if you want to become aware, which I call awaken, just start making an effort to be more grateful for things in your life. The simple things. How many of you have got up in the morning and said, open your eyes and say, oh, I can see. Hey, eyes, thank you so much for singing for me today. Oh, I can smell. Thank you, nose, for smelling for me today. Hey, mouth, thank you for being so I can talk. My tongue works. How many of you have ever been grateful and thankful for your toes, your feet? You walk on them every single day. When do you really recognize them? I tell you when you recognize them. One, if you stump your toe, that's when you give them acknowledgments like, oh, I just hit my toe. Or two, when it's time for a pedicure, you're thinking, oh, okay, I need to get my toes done. Three, when your hands, you don't even think you use your hands every single day. How many times do you think your hands are working for you? You don't. That's when you are awakened. You are grateful and thankful for every single thing in your life. That's when you know you are awakened. And that's how you know that you are actually plugged into the outlet of God, right? So I'm just saying, make a conscious effort to plug it in. Don't sleepwalk through life. Y'all wake up, y'all plug in so y'all can receive the toast of life. I know that's corny, y'all, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just don't be that toaster on the counter, not plugged in, and y'all still sitting there waiting to get some toast or waiting to get a toasted bagel. Y'all, it ain't going to happen. You have got to realize that you're more spirit than you are flesh. And when you start to do that, you will begin to plug into the outlet of God and watch miracles and watch things. I don't even like to call them miracles, because when you are plugged into the outlet of God and you realize that you are more spirit than flesh, y'all, it's just supposed to happen. There's not a miracle. That's just regular day of life. That's what I remember my husband saying. I said, babe, wasn't that a miracle? He said, babe, when you plugged in, when you with God how you're supposed to be, nothing's a miracle. It's only a miracle to those who are not plugged in. It's just a miracle to those who don't really know that this is possible, which means that they're so fleshly that they're not spirit, don't realize that they're more spirit. So if you don't know you're more spirit, then you don't know that anything is possible. You don't know that all things are possible to those who believe. That's what that scripture comes in. Anything is possible. Everything is possible when you realize that you are more spirit than flesh. So once you guys get into that, just being grateful, making an effort to be more grateful, to recognize and say hey to a tree, to say hey to a bird and a butterfly. You may look crazy, but you ain't crazy. Trust me, we are all connected. We're all connected to God. You got it? So if we're all connected to God, then why not just plug into Him, right? Right? Okay, so y'all, I'm going to go on that note. I think y'all got it. Plug it in, be more grateful, be more aware, stop sleepwalking, and y'all stay out of folks' business. Don't worry about people being in your business. Just know that you're the one that's getting connected. And if you're connected and you're plugged into the outlet of God, then you know when you put your request in, you ain't trying to jump over no hoops, jump on no walls, bust through no walls to put your request in the mailbox of God. Got it? So y'all, stay blessed. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel with All Smiles over here. If you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Y'all, plug it in. You are more than flesh. You are spirit. Know that. Talk to y'all soon. Be blessed and ciao.
I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. 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 I smile. All over here, all over